Hello, and thank you for tuning in. This video is going to be on some minor touch-ups that I did to my Spirit Halloween hanging pig's head prop that I got today at Spirit. Now there was a couple things that I didn't like even before I purchased the prop. The first and most apparent thing to me was that the hook looked very fake and plastic. And the back of the head where it was severed looked very rusty instead of bloody, and there was no sheen to it at all. Also, the gashes on the side and top of the head had no blood in them, so I decided that I'd fill those in and put some dripping down as well. And there was no gloss or glare to the eyes, the back of the head, or any of the piece, so I decided I'd have to add some of that too. Okay, so let's get into it. Now the first thing that I needed to do was to remove the hook from the head so that I could spray paint the hook with some chrome instead of that plasticky gray look. Removing the hook from the head was simple. Next I took some Krylon chromoly spray paint and spray painted a couple coats on both sides of the hook. So I really didn't like the way that the back of the head just looked like it was rusting. It didn't look like it was blood or had blood spatter or anything. I wanted it to look like it was freshly severed. Next I took my blood red Justin Mabry's Nightshades Gore and airbrushed some shading all around the outside of the stump. Then I did some dry brushing inside of the stump with the same color to give it that bloody, freshly severed look instead of that rusty, pale look that it had before. Then I took a fine tip paintbrush with the same color, Justin Mabry's Nightshades Blood Red Gore, and filled in all the gashes that were left paintless and bloodless from the stock paint job. I also put excessive amounts of paint in certain areas so that it would drip down and look like freshly dripping blood. At certain points throughout the paint job, I would also take blood red paint, put it on the tip of a brush, and flick it at the wounds of the piece to make it look like fresh blood spatter. And now I'm taking the fine tip airbrush and putting some powder shading around the wounds, the nose, and the back of the head to make it look like spatter. And next came the DevCon 5-minute epoxy to make the eyes look wet and glassy, and to make the back of the head look gross, wet, and freshly severed. Next it was time to reinstate the meat hook. It slid in with no problem. Then I took some blood red enamel paint and painted the tip of the hook so that it looked like it just punctured through the pig's head. And then as a finishing touch, I hung him from the ceiling and dripped a bunch of blood from his mouth. Here's the finished product. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.